Hey you guys, welcome back to the Diva Spot 101. It's your girl Taya, and today's video is a show and tell. And today's show and tell is going to be on this TV console slash fireplace here. And when I tell you guys, I get the most questions asking about where did you get that fireplace from. My grandmother's old dresser. She bought this when I was 18 years old, and I'm about to be 43 in a few months. It's crazy, right? And that was the reason why I wanted to keep this dresser, not just because, you know, it's my grandma's dresser, but it's a good quality furniture, and at this day and age, you cannot find good quality pieces of furniture. Sorry, IKEA, this is not no pressed wood. This ain't no recycled wood. This is some good old heavy natural wood. And when I tell you guys it's heavy, it is heavy. So I had this vision. I feel like I'm the Jay-Z of designing. Like, I never write anything down. I never draw anything down. I just have this vision. And I asked my dad, I was like, look, you know, I want to turn this dresser into a, you know, fireplace. I just need you to build it for me. You know, can you do that? He was like, sure, baby girl, I can do that for you. At the time, my grandma had bought the whole bedroom set, you know, the headboards and the nightstands and all that kind of stuff. And I want to say maybe a few years before she passed, she ended up giving the set to her cousin to put in her guest bedroom. So after my grandmother had passed, I mean, it was like common sense to give her the dresser, and it also came with the big old mirror too, you know, so she can have the complete bedroom set. And I was sitting in my grandma's room, I was just staring at this dresser, and I was like, wait a minute, I could make a fireplace with this dresser, because I knew at the time I was gonna make me a master bedroom that you guys have seen plenty of times, and I always wanted a fireplace in my bedroom. So when I was staring at this dresser, it was like all these ideas just came to my head, and I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I can make this into a fireplace. And then when I was telling people, and some people, they just couldn't see the vision that I had, I was like, trust me, it's gonna look nice, it's gonna look so nice. And with somebody that I was following, they had turned an old dresser into a TV console. It wasn't a fireplace, it was just a TV console. So I knew right away, like, it's possible. I know I can, you know, this is gonna be possible, but me, I don't have the tools. I didn't have the slightest idea how to build it or whatever. So thank goodness my dad, he's very handy, and I asked him and he was like, yeah, baby girl, we can make this possible. So the first thing I needed to look for was the fireplace. Now, I have a similar fireplace like this in my living room, but at that time we got that, like 6 years ago. It was at Home Depot, and at that time they discontinued it, and I ended up having to buy the display, the store display, and they didn't even want to sell it to me, but they ended up selling it to me, and I didn't get no discounts or nothing. And I didn't know what it was called at the time, so I'm like, oh my goodness, where do I go to find this fireplace? I would say maybe a week later, I was watching At Home with Nikki. Her and her husband had just remodeled their master bedroom, and they built this beautiful bookcase, and then they had their fireplace. And you know, I found out it's called a fireplace insert. She got it from Amazon, and at that time it was only like $89. I know with shipping, and then I had a 5-year warranty, something like that, but it came up to $125, which was way cheaper than what we had spent for the one in the living room. The one in the living room was $170, like $175, $179, and this one came with a remote control as well. So I got it in 2 days, you guys. I don't have no Amazon Prime, and it came in 2 days. So all my dad did was just measure the size of the fireplace, and he just went from there. And then I asked him, I was like, can you put me some built-in shelves and stuff. So if I have a picture of how it looks before, and I will definitely post it in this video. And so yeah, he added the shelves, and I knew the type of shelves. At the two bottom ones, I wanted them to be larger than the ones on top, because I already had this style in my head that I wanted to style the bottom shelves with these white vases that I found at IKEA, and they're very cheap, very reasonable. I believe the large one was probably like $9.99, the small one was $7.99, something to that effect. And I think it just is perfect, like the perfect height, the shape, it just fits perfect. So I felt like it was meant to be. And then the smaller shelves, I just added, you know, these little books or whatever. One thing that I also love about the fireplace is that I live in California, so half of the time is perfect weather. It doesn't really get too hot. If you want just to have that, you know, fireplace going, you don't have to turn the heat. You don't have to turn the heat on. You can just have it for the look. For those cold nights, you can definitely turn the heat on, and it works like a real fireplace. The cool thing about the fireplace, it has two settings. You can set it on low heat as well as the high heat. But let me tell you something, that electric bill, your electric bill will go up, because this is an electric fireplace, if I didn't tell you guys that. But the only thing I don't like about it is just the spray paint he used, which is a flat spray paint, and you guys know flat paint is really hard to clean off. And I do have some spots at the top when I was decorating for Christmas, but those are easy things that I can, you know, do. Either I can just repaint it, or I was thinking about maybe getting a mirror piece cut out and just putting it on the top to protect the surface. So it doesn't really matter, because eventually I do kind of want it like that rustic type, you know, texture to it. And one of my favorite parts about this fireplace is details in the wood. Like, I absolutely love it. It's just this really beautiful texture, and you know, the details up in the fireplace. I really love that. It has like a Greek type of, I don't know, like look to it or whatever, but I absolutely love that. And yeah, it's just satisfied and happy the way it turned out. I think my father did a beautiful job. I couldn't be more happy about it, and it's actually like one of my favorite piece in my home. Not only something that my grandma cherished, and thank goodness she didn't listen to me, because I was telling my grandma that when she wanted to redo her room, I was like, Grandma, you need to throw that away, and she cussed me out. So thank you for not listening to me, Grandma. But also, what's so special about this dresser is that my dad and I worked together on it. I was like the blueprint of the fireplace, and he, you know, built it for me. And it meant so much to me because you know, my dad and I at that time, we had no relationship with each other since I was 16 years old, and my grandma had been looking for him for like 2 years. And a couple of months before she passed away, she found him. And even at that time, I didn't think I was gonna have a relationship with him. And you know, when she passed away, I picked up that phone and I called him. And he's been in my life ever since then. I would have never imagined that, you know, we would have worked on this together. So that means a lot to me, and I know my grandma's looking down because that's something that she really wanted me to have, was a relationship with my father. So yes, this means a lot to me. I am just so happy about it. Just turned out so wonderful. I think everybody that has a master bedroom needs some type of fireplace in that room. Adding lights, it's just certain things, it just makes it that much prettier. So I had got these beautiful lights that I got from IKEA. I just added to each side of the fireplace. So yes, it's on the expensive side, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And if I find that link, then I will definitely post it down in the description box, so you guys make sure and go and check that out. So yeah, you guys, that is it for this show and tell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.